but I don't deserve to be called this. Oh. Is this a flashback? Just going to assume it. Strelitzia. Strelitzia. Yeah, I'm okay with that name now. I don't need to repronounce it every time. I may fuck it up sometimes. Strelitzia, may I finally ask why you begged us to meet up? And maybe explain why Lily wasn't invited? I was just about to tell you. Oh, sorry. Sorry to interrupt this, but back to that louder music. Pew! Here we go. I was just about to tell you. Have a little patience. We have been patient. This is your third slice of cake. Okay, fine. I'll get to the point. I wasn't sure how to bring it up. Have you guys noticed that Lily seems kind of off lately? What do you mean by that? Probably that he's been ignoring his chores like a champ. Pfft. Well, yeah, that's part of the problem. But what I really mean is that Lily seems so distant. Had I invited him to join us, I know he would have said no. He barely leaves our apartment. Hell, he barely leaves his room. You two haven't noticed that? Now that you mention it, Lily really has been isolating himself. It's not like him. But that's no reason to slack off with housework. Pfft. He's sad or something. Isn't he allowed to catch a break? Is that why you invited us here? Is telling us to cut LILIUM some slack? Yeah, that's right. You two kept nagging him, so I want you to leave him alone for a while. Nah, not happening. I get sad or stressed all the time, but you don't see me decomposing in bed and letting others clean up after me. Strelitzia, we can't just let him off the hook like that. We all have certain chores we have to do. If LILIUM continues to laze around, we have to tell him off. And if that doesn't help, we'll kick him out. Are you nuts? We can't kick him out, he's our friend. If you want to baby Lily so badly, you can do that. But Leah and I won't put up with his behavior. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. He's called Leah, but he's Oleander. So Oleander is also a guy. So it's 3 guys. But what? Why did I think it's a girl? Yeah, because Leah. Okay, 3 guys. Never mind. Exactly, we can't let this slide forever. Oh, it won't be forever. Whoops, I banged my microphone construction, sorry. That sounds wrong. You know. It won't be forever. Lily's just in a slump right now, so we've all been there before. Please, just leave him be for a while. I'm giving him 1 week. After that, I'll kick his ass. Perhaps don't actually kick his ass, but I'll agree with the 1 week deadline. After that, he must start acting like an adult again. Alright then. Whatever it takes for you to show compassion for once. Pfft. We can't all have a big brother complex like you. Anyways, I'm sure he'll turn back to normal soon. Oh, they're in some kind of lab now. He never became the old LILIUM again though. And it's our fault. Stretzy, Lai and Leah made Lily stop existing. Well, I think so at last. Please elaborate. We couldn't see how deep Lily's suffering actually was, even though he was our friend. Leah and Lai would nag him while I would brush off his sadness like it was nothing. Like a temporary mood swing that would take care of itself. But considering that he's gone now, it must have been unbearable. He didn't like making other people worry about him. Always kept his problems to himself. Then again, maybe his isolation was his way of screaming for help. What Stretzy said has little value. That's a bit rude. Blaming oneself for past mistakes serves no purpose unless one learns from them. And who programmed you to be an expert on philosophy? Not philosophy. Logic. Logic is a part of philosophy. But I guess you're right. Blaming myself and the others isn't productive. I should be using that energy on positive things. Like you, Willow. What? Yes? Are you... that's the... Whoops. Technical difficulties, stand by. No, I'm just going to switch the sound volume a little bit up because I heard a door clacking, but it was very silent. I want this louder. Are you done with your tests? I wanted to check Willow's processing unit since it's louder than it's supposed to be. What's in the box? Your head if you make that reference one more time. Shit, I didn't get that reference. I'm clearly not familiar with enough games and pop culture things. Sorry. But if you got it, cool. But it's my equipment, naturally. Ouch, you're no fun. Either way, I'm good for now. Feel free to play with Willow. I'm not going to play... He doesn't take this seriously at all, does he? Well then, let me check up on you, Willow. What would Leah like to confirm? Did Strelitzia do anything? Query lacks specificity. Whoa, what a word. Query lacks specificity necessary for meaningful response. What kind of tests did he run? None. What? Stretzy did not officially initiate any tests, so no results have been recorded. So he was the one playing around. Stretzy and Willow had an educational conversation. Did he teach you pop culture references? No. What did you learn then? Willow has yet to sufficiently process the information. It seemed important to Stretzy. He doesn't have the best of priorities, so that could mean anything. If it was just a conversation, though, it should have been fully understood and categorized by now. Yeah, that's no good. What's straining you so? Let me check your processing unit. The tests before you got your personality indicated that that there would be no issue. So this time you need to remain operational while I troubleshoot. Shall Willow monitor its usage statistics while you work? Yes. Oleander picks up Willow and places it on the table. Huh. I think this is the first time we get a narrator in this game. There we go. Articulation seems to be functioning properly. Do you feel balanced? More so than when standing. Danger of falling from seated position is minimal. Excellent. Record gyroscope readings and initiate dexterity test. Unbutton your shirt. Cannot complete task. Necessary instructions not found in databank. This is as good a time as any to test visual learning. Watch this. He unbuttons his lab coat to set an example. Skill stored. Proceeding to unbutton shirt. Warning, torso circuitry is exposed. Yeah, you see the robot is not that good in English yet, so please give it a little bit of patience, huh? Disregard warning, enter troubleshooting mode. Now, let's take a look. Everything appears to be in its place. Granted, neither of them have the technical know-how to make any meaningful adjustments. You are programmed to be logical. If licorice, I always want some sweets if I hear that name, has done his job, you should be more than capable of figuring that out. Actually, hold off on figuring that out. Let me remove your processing unit for inspection first. Willow, temperature reading of anterior I'm giving up on that word. Thoracic cavity. 324.15 Kelvin. End non-essential tasks and switch to efficiency mode. Decreasing functionality. Base operations remain active. Willow's lights dim and the whirring sound of its strained system gradually quietens. Ah, much better. There must be the auxiliary functions using too much power. Oleander pulls out a pair of insulated gloves from the box he brought with him. After putting the gloves on, he flexes his fingers before attempting to remove the processing unit a second time. He succeeds this time. Oh, so he burned his fingers. With thin wires tethering it to its recessed slot in Willow's chest. It doesn't look damaged. And even though it's painful for humans to touch, I don't think we have to worry about you melting. It must be licorice messy programming. Or, has your conversation with Strelitzia been fully processed now? Initial interpretation is now complete. How did he start it? He did not. Willow asked the question and Strelitzi educated Willow on the subject. I see. What was the subject? LILIUM. Oleander's grip on the processing unit tightens suddenly and sparks fly from the connections. He fumbles it slightly before carefully slotting it back into Willow's chest. Yeah, sorry. Did that hurt? What does hurt entail? Oh, of course. I didn't install any pain sensors. Naturally, you wouldn't be hurt. So, pain results in hurt? That's the simplest way of putting it. Is there a complicated way of putting it? Well, yes. But you would have to ask Strelitzia about that, rather than me. He's more educated on pain and other emotions. Although, I have a feeling he's just pretending and doesn't actually know that much. Leah's statement is difficult to comprehend. Please elaborate. Have you noticed that Strelitzia and I behave differently? Yes. Good, because unlike him, I take things seriously. That means I take pain seriously too. Strelitzia just brushes everything off, like he's blind to others' pain and suffering. Are pain and suffering connected? Yes, definitely. When you're in severe pain, you're suffering. But you don't always notice it. The suffering of others, I mean. Some people don't want others to suffer because of them. So they act stubborn and try to hide it. Is suffering contagious? Somewhat, I would say. Not like a disease, but seeing someone you care about suffering causes you to also be in pain. And I guess that's why he shouldn't... Wait a second. I need to adjust the music volume again. It's distracting me now. That's not what we want. I mean, I probably adjusted it already for you in post, but yep, not for me. And I guess that's why he wouldn't show us or talk to us. Why is there liquid running down Leah's face? Oleander brushes his fingers against his cheeks, staring at them in bemusement when they come away wet. Bodily harm is not the only source of pain. When your mind is hurt, the pain is called sadness. Sometimes, if the pain is strong enough, tears came out of your eyes, but please don't tell the others about that. Why does the body react if only the mind was hurt? Is there a logical reason? Feelings aren't always logical, no matter how much one hopes they were. That's precisely what makes it hard for AI to understand. Hard does not mean impossible. It's Willow's duty to learn. Strelitzi did not produce tears when speaking about LILIUM. Is Strelitzi not affected by sadness from LILIUM's departure? I think this character doesn't see that Strelitzi is sad, because Strelitzi likes to put on a good mood and not show it, but I mean, we should teach the robot the right things, so he is. No, not everyone cries when they are sad or hurt, nor do people cry every time they feel that way. It was difficult without LILIUM around, and we dealt with the pain in our own ways. LILIUM was also hurt, but we didn't realize how much until it was too late. Did LILIUM cry? No, he never gave us obvious cues like that. It annoyed me that he didn't communicate with us directly. I thought that if we're his friends, he should have been able to open up. That's why I thought showing some tough love would make him up. Wow, flashbacks. This is their flat? Are they in college? What the hell? Are their parents millionaires? Did they invent like a cure for cancer already? What's going on here? Good morning, LILIUM. Prepare to come out today? Get away from his door. Leave him alone. So now greeting him is considered harassment. When he obviously doesn't want to talk to us, yes. Yeah, and I bet feeling lonely is gonna be a huge help for him. That loneliness will make him realize he needs us. He will ask for our help when he's ready. That's as much of a gamble as my method, except it's a lot more cruel. Respecting people's boundaries is cruel. I'll never understand you. Guys, it's too early for this crap. We're both twisting each other's words. Just shut up. Then what's your brilliant solution to the problem? You won't get a new answer from me? I still think we should call someone and let the pros handle it. Great, and get the law involved? Lily wants a break, not more stress. Then just tell his favorite professor or something. They'll be legally required to contact the police. Look, I know it's a hassle, but we're clearly not qualified to deal with this. We should let someone else take care of it before it's too late. Too late. For what? And you're supposed to be the psych major? Oh, and that means I understand everything any person has ever dealt with? Our friend asked us to leave him alone, so I will do exactly that. He knows what's best for himself. We're just running in circles. Both of you are cowards. Strelitzia, you don't want to get involved. And Licorice, you just want to push the responsibility onto someone else. But everything LILIUM needs is already here. His friends. How deep. Unfortunately, none of us are professional therapists, so we may very well cause more harm than good. Besides, if he really needs us, he wouldn't be pushing us away every single time. Willow finds it difficult to determine the correct strategy. Tell me about it. Well, it's too late now anyway. But if not even a purely logical thing, like you can figure it out. Maybe there really was nothing we could have done. Willow is still saving energy. Perhaps Willow could solve the problem with more processing power. Not necessary. It's all in the past, so it wouldn't serve any purpose. Besides, I wouldn't want to find out I was in the wrong. That's more selfish and more important aspect to me. Is selfishness bad? Sort of, yeah. A small amount of selfishness can be healthy. But clearly I've been too selfish in the past. I blamed everyone and everything else for Lily's death. I just couldn't accept the possibility of my behavior being wrong. I didn't even consider it. Willow cannot classify Leah, Stretzy or Li's behavior as wrong. Willow suspects there is no one to blame. No one to blame? Huh. Perhaps you're right. It would be nice if you were. Now I heard the door handle correctly. Leah, why the hell is it naked? Huh? What? Willow is a robot? Robots can't be naked. Hey, Willow, are you naked? Willow is currently in a state of undress and thus naked. See? Betrayed by my own creation. Okay, but naked or not, what were you doing with it? I wanted to figure out what those processing noises were about. And I fixed the issue. Huh. How? By disabling some unnecessary features. You were trying to show off a little too hard, Licorice. I know, I'm such an ass. How dare I want to get a good grade? Oh, so it's a project for school, for college. What a crazy project for college. Are those guys living in the future where we have to do like AI projects for college? Wow, what crazy times to be alive. I was just trying to offer constructive criticism. Yeah, that's a good point, constructive criticism. If you want to offer constructive criticism to regarding my gameplay or anything, or my giving people voices and saying stupid things in between the dialogue, do so, man. That's would be helpful. Yeah, then what's the condescending tone for? I'm sick of your constant nagging, you know. And you're a polite little angel or what? I will admit I get irritated easily, but you seem to be in a foul mood regardless of what's going on. Nothing is ever right for you. See, funny thing is that in the beginning, I gave them voices. I don't know, the boy whom I thought of as a girl in the yellow pullover. I gave her like the kind of standard voice. Him. Yeah. For me, it's a girl now. Sorry. Then the guy with the red pullover, because his I don't know, his slight tsundere face with the like I'm annoyed. I gave him like this I don't know, this little bit of indifference, deep voice, like meh. And the guy in the orange with the orange pullover, I gave him this very happy voice, this very yeah. And funnily enough, it until now I think it kind of matches the characters, like how they behave. So from the beginning on, the game did a good job at distinguishing like some character traits there. Just wanted to point that out. Nothing is ever right for you. Stop acting like you're the only one who's having a hard time. There, what's going on? Why are you yelling?